Hi everybody, this is Alex Deploy from Expert4x. Welcome to today's discussion on the Forex Tester 2. It's Forex trading testing software, and we are lucky enough today to have the owner of the software, Mike Koshelyev. Mike, I'm still battling with that surname. Welcome
No
today.
problem.
And, Mike is based in Toronto in Canada. And it's quite funny that it's already afternoon here in Sydney, Australia, and it's still the previous day then to Toronto. And that's the magic of webinar software, that the two of us can be in the same room in different continents and in different days. Mike is going to be here to answer any questions that you might have about the software. I have been using the software for a number of years now, and it is really when I found it, it was like finding the best invention since sliced bread, and you'll see pretty soon why I say that. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at some testing examples. We're going to dive straight into the software, show you some uses that I am certainly using it for, and there are just hundreds of ways of using the software. Then we're going to go into a bit more detail on how it works, and we are then going to review the Forex Tester website for more information on the Forex Tester. You'll also be happy to find out that I've got a special discount price on the testers. There's a few versions of the tester. There's a complimentary free version, and there's also versions that you can buy, and we'll explain all of that, and then we'll stay around for any questions that you might have. Right, and in the meantime, if you do have any questions, comments, remarks, please send them through, and we'll do our best to answer them in the course of the presentation. We've got a nice full room today. Thanks for everybody who attended. It is a bit of a tricky time. I know this wasn't a very suitable time for UK people, and if you have made a sacrifice by staying up late for this, thank you very much. Okay, so let's move straight into the actual software. There it is. It's the Forex Tester 2. I have this particular project that I've got loaded at the moment. It's called Watto. It's our Watto system. This kind of testing one could never do on a back testing basis, because what is involved here is we use three time frames. I'm using the daily, 4-hour, and the 1-hour time frame. So firstly, it has three different time frames, plus it has three different currencies. So I use the euro, the CAD, and the euro CAD for this particular test that I'm doing. And what that enables me to do is actually see the movement on all of these charts all at the same time while I'm testing. The other beauty of this software is that it looks almost identical to MetaTrader 4.
MetaTrader.
Yeah, MetaTrader 4. So if you're used to using MetaTrader 4, you'll feel very comfortable using this particular software. So I'm going to actually start a test just to give you a feel of what's involved, and we'll go through a few highlights of this, but let's start the test. We'll continue testing. And so what you see here, and I will slow it down, is you see the test accelerating on an hourly basis, and we can change that to 4 hours if we want to, and the acceleration is reflected on the hourly charts, on the 4-hour charts, and on the daily charts, on all the currencies all at the same time simultaneously. So if we see sell signals developing right now, we can actually look at all the currencies and all the time frames at the same time and say, okay, let's trade. And the beauty now is, and I'm going to just stop, there's a pause button, so you can pause testing, which is also very nice, and you can actually rewind. While I was talking, as I said, there was a sell signal developing there. If you want to, you can actually now put in a market order and trade this trade and see how it would have turned out. I'm not going to do a market order on this particular technique. We'll do it on another one. You can have market orders, pending orders. It's also almost more user-friendly friendly than MetaTrader in terms of where to put your stops and where to put your targets. Firstly, I would say you would never be able to do this kind of testing using conventional back testing methods that we used before, and methods that I used prior bumping into this particular software. A question that's come in, and yes, we are recording this, so people who miss it, or if you want to re-watch this webinar, it is being recorded. Okay, so that gives you an idea of the complexity that this system can handle. Here are all the currencies that we have. I think we've got about 16 currency crosses, and then we have those ones, those two at the bottom there. So there's no shortage of currencies. But let's move over to the next project. So you can do pretty complicated projects like I'm showing you here, and you can trade them, put in orders and trade them as you're going along, testing various techniques and systems. Let's go on to the next project. Yeah, I think I'll do the Euro one. Now here's an example of when you open a new project, it loads all the data, all the history that we have, and we'll talk about the history a little bit later, but it's quite extensive. It's over 10 years of history, and you've got a number of brokers to choose from. Now here's a simplified test, and more like the sort of one that we would be able to apply or use it for. And this particular test, I'm testing the RSI support and resistance breakout technique. And I'll show you a little bit about how it works. The type of thing that you can do is, let's start the test. Start from where we were, and we start testing, and it takes a while. Okay, and there it's starting. So now what it's doing is it's updating at a particular pace. Now if you want to, you can increase the pace considerably, or you can slow it down. The other alternative that you can do is pause it and then accelerate it by a candle at a time. So if I click on that icon, it will accelerate it one candle at a time. The other way to do that, and as you can see, there's a drop down little hint that tells you that, and it's gone away now, that you can also use the space bar. So if I hit the space bar, it will automatically accelerate the candles one by one. So alright, so let's have a look. Okay, we're getting a setup happening at the moment. You can see there's a double top setup. There's a divergence, a very, very, very strong divergence on the RSI, and we have now got a support level that is developing here. So what we're getting, we've got a double top, we've got a strong divergence, we've got the candles moving over the moving average, we've got a support level building up on the RSI itself. There's a support level building up on the RSI. So if this price goes underneath that support level or that support level, we certainly want to get into the deal. So what I'm going to do now is actually put in a pending order, because we know we want to go into this deal. There's the setup, it's happening, the divergence is there, there is the support that's being built up on the RSI and on the price charts. We know where we want to do it. So let's go and put in a pending order. There we are. I'm going to put a stop around about that level there. I think 6, that's my default stop, so I'm going to go with that. And in this particular trade, we don't use targets because we actually exit on the moving average crossover method. So we don't use targets. So I'm not going to put a target in. So I'm going to put a stop in, and let's just have a look if that looks reasonable. No, the stop's not. And what's nice now is I can actually change the stop. I can actually make it if I want. And why it's 760, it's in points. The price is fine where it is, and I can change the lot sizing. If I want to make it one lot, that's fine, and stop, everything's in place.
Use a calculator. Use a calculator. The button with the green arrow.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Okay. There. Oh, yeah. There it's updated. Thanks for reminding me. And that what it does, it gives you a visual look at what your transaction will look like. There is no target. I'm going to place this order. and it's in. Now this is example of testing. We've got a very strong signal, a double top, a very strong divergence, a support level, a move over the moving average. So let's see what happens as we carry on. It's still moving sideways. It is going down. It's starting to violate that trend line, and it is starting to violate the support level on the RSI. Pretty strong signals, and let's see what happens then. Okay, there the sell activates. There we are. If I go backwards, will it cancel the pending order, Mike?
No, you can't, because it's already open position now.
All right, so it will cancel it. So when I put the pending order, it would have been listed under pending orders. It's now gone into the open order section. There it is, the sell one lot, and it gives you all the also almost exactly like MetaTrader. What I like about this one is that it actually gives you the pip values, which MetaTrader doesn't give. It gives you the points, so that's also quite a nice feature. So we are active, and what we said, our exit strategy now is going to be on a crossover of the moving average. That's how this particular system that I'm testing works. I can either click on that arrow forward, or I can go space. I'm just going to use space because that's a lot quieter. Now what I'm waiting for is a crossover of the moving average. Okay, here we go. All right, now at this point we've done pretty well. We've made quite a good return. What you can do if you want to is you can do a partial close. So we've made quite a bit of money there. So what we'll do is we'll do a partial close of, let's say, half of our position, like that, and we'll say okay. Oh, just like MetaTrader, and that close has now gone into our account. There's the account history, and our open position is now halved. Okay, so on we go. If you want to do a step forward, you can either press the space bar, or you can
just unpause.
Unpause will also let it run normally. Okay, there it's now gone over our moving average, and that is the point at which the system says you must close your deal. So you then close the position, boom, boom, and that would, if I pressed F5, that would have also done the job pretty well. Okay, so that's an example of back trading, and also visually on the chart you can see the transaction. There was our sell entry, there was our one exit, and there was our other exit, and you can trade onwards. So we can just carry on now and just see if we did the right thing. This has in fact turned into a buy transaction. There were actually two buy signals. There was this one, and there was this one. Okay, so we could have taken either of these buy signals. I'm actually going to just go back and say, oh, sorry, we missed that one. But and that's the beauty of this one. You can go back and make a decision again, and you'll say, all right, I know this is cheating a bit, but I'm going to put a market order in on that particular buy signal, and this time it's going to be a market order. It's going to be one lot. We are going to be buying it, and we are going to be put our stop just below that, below the last low, and let's just see what that looks like. That's too big. We're going to maybe,
you can just use a droplet icon there to put a stop.
Boom, boom, like that. Boom.
And you just put it like this.
Yes, wonderful. Okay, so you can see how easy it is to do your transactions. We're now in a situation we can now buy. Everything's in place. We don't have a profit. Now the exit on this particular deal, when it's done something like that, is you exit when the RSI goes over the 20 line again. So this is a slightly different exit on this particular technique, and let's go and buy this one. Let's see if this works. If it doesn't, we'll just re-enter. It's a pretty good signal. Okay, it's good. Yeah, we knew from previously that it was going okay. All right, so now exit is no longer the moving average crossover. Our exit is now on the RSI reaching the 20 line. So in other words, it has to come back to the 20 line before we exit. So on we go, and on we go. And normally we would exit there, but it didn't reach the 20 line. See there? So on we go. Let's just see where this takes us. This is a way of staying in a trend by using the RSI 20 exit. It keeps you in a trend. It's just one of the techniques. Oh, all right, there we are. Oops, but we were a bit slow, so we go back and we say that's where we want to exit. So we go and we say, and we close our, and then we move. So that's the kind of thing that you can do. And the beauty, what I really like about this is that you are the master of time. You can move backwards in time and you can move forwards in time. You are also practicing your dealing skills by putting orders in and all that type of thing. Now, sorry, there was a question that came in that said, can we use trailing stops? Yes. As part of putting in your order, you actually have a trailing stop facility, and you can enable trailing stops and you can set the settings to your needs. So there are also trailing stops built into the orders, and you can put them in, again, better than MetaTrader, you can actually put them in as part of your entry, in as a pending order and as a market order. You don't have to put the order in and then go and activate the trailing stop. All right, so that gives you an idea of the kind of testing that you can do using this particular system. And there are, well, your imagination is the only limitation on how you can use the system. Essentially, what happens here is you have quite a number of currencies, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to just take you into a different mode. This is the testing mode. This is the mode in which we do our testing and things like that. But in order to load this particular data that we're using, you have to go and load the data, and in order to do that, you go into the history mode. Now, the history mode allows you to load data in a format that would meet your requirements. Now, let me just explain what that means. Is that you can actually load each currency and specify the spreads and the margins and all that kind of thing. So you can actually specify properties of each currency. You can then also specify the broker that you want to use, and there's some really big ones here: FXCM, Forex.com, Alpari US. And then I see in this currency there isn't Alpari UK, but let's just take another currency. For instance, there we are. There we've got Alpari UK. So you've got quite a number of brokers that you can use, and depending on what you know about the broker, you can also offset the times on the chart. So if you're using charts with different GMT offsets, you can actually change the GMT offsets right there. You can also download, you can specify what kind of data you want, what size download you want, or do you just want to top up what you've already got. And you can download a 1 minute tick history, 1 minute history, or only tick history. So it's quite incredibly flexible system. Once you've downloaded the data, in order to make it available for testing, you need to generate ticks, and generating ticks is a pretty fast exercise. You just go in. I'm just going to do it on that. No, I won't do it, but it literally takes 10 seconds and it'll generate the ticks for you. Okay, so that gives you an idea. So what you do is you download the history that you want, on any currencies that you want, on any broker that you want, and you can specify the properties of that particular. Once you have done all that, you generate ticks, and you can then go into testing mode and do your test accordingly.
And I just want to make a small notice.
Yes, please.
For example, if you have your own data that you want to download, and we don't have this data, you can download from a file, not from our server.
All right, import from a file. So use that facility.
For example, if you have data in your MetaTrader, you can download the data into our program.
Okay, so what that means is that you can use almost any broker's data.
Any broker's data,
okay.
Yes.
All right, I think that's pretty handy. So, if you look at the flexibility that you have with this testing system, it is fantastic. Now, I've actually marketed as a game, as a forex game, and that is what backtesting is, because it is really just a game where you can backtest and then make mistakes and go back and change it, and you can even compete with other people. For instance, you could say to somebody, I'm going to back trade the euro go for February. Let's see what kind of profit you can make, and let's see what kind of profit I can make. So there's a lot of applications for the software, but essentially what it is, it's a trading simulating software where you have full control over time. You're the master of time. Life doesn't actually give us much opportunity to have that ability, and the software does give you that. All right. I think before we move on, are there any particular questions from what you've seen so far that you have? A question that's just come in using your system, do we need to open an account with a broker? No, not at all. This is a freestanding system. You can load it onto your laptop. You don't need to even be once you've downloaded all the data and all that type of thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, you don't even need to be connected to the internet. You can then start.
No, you don't need.
You can actually
Absolutely.
play with this at any time over weekends. You can, while you're on the train, you can. It is not connected to a broker in particular. This is a game. You know, you can actually play it like a game, and you can do it whenever you want to. And as you've seen, when you go into testing mode, you can stop and start. So you can trade until a certain point. Oh, it's lunchtime, so you just pause the system and you go on, or you save it. And you just go on and you come back and you open it up and carry on. So the flexibility is just mind-boggling with this particular system. A question that's come in here, can we load EAs? And I think, Mike, you must probably be the best to answer that particular question.
Yes. Unfortunately, we cannot load EAs from MetaTrader, but we have our own format of expert advisors. So you can program your own expert advisors and test them in our system.
Okay, so you can almost make a copy of the EA's logic into your system and then trade it.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, no,
yes. And our system is very similar to MetaTrader language, so there are the same functions that you can use.
That's I think that should help with that question. There's a question: is this real-time data, real-time testing? Obviously, it's not real-time. It's actually history. We are using history. You can go back as far as, and if you look at my cursor, 2001. You can download history from 2001 right to today, to yesterday, and that's what we're using. But it is, if your question is, it is real data. It is data supplied by the broker based on their system.
It's real data, absolutely real. We collect data from all the brokers listed in our software, and it's absolutely real data. Yeah,
the normal suppliers.
It can download data from MetaTrader HST format. So you can download it.
Can I load custom indicators? Mike, I think again...
as I said before, we don't support MetaTrader format, but you can create your own custom indicators and expert advisors in our software. And if you can show the list of indicators, just you can see how many indicators we have pre-installed, and you can add your own indicators to this list. If you go to the menu file, there is item install, and you can install your strategy, install your new indicators, or install your script that you can use in this software.
Okay, great. So strategies, indicators, and scripts you can install, but the format will be slightly different to the pure MetaTrader format.
Yes, it should be in Forex Tester format. We started to develop it and try to make it different from MetaTrader, but then our users come and say, wow, we want this feature like in MetaTrader, and we want everything like in MetaTrader. So it was made to feel like a MetaTrader, but it's not.
Mike, there's a question about upgrades. When there are upgrades, in fact, I can answer that question, because every time I load my system, little block occurs and it says, do you want to check for upgrades? And then I click on that, and then it says, no, you have the latest version, and on I go. So upgrades happen automatically. You don't have to worry about them. You don't have to download them. They are part of using the system.
You can check them with menu help, check for updates.
Oh, check for updates. Okay, so there's your answer. Updates happen automatically, and once you're a customer, you essentially a customer for life, aren't you? And you get all those updates.
And program just check them once in a week. automatically. But
Yes.
you can define this. You can disable updates or you can let them to do automatically, so it's up to you.
There's a question that says how many currencies, and there are all the currencies we've already mentioned. There's about 16 or 18 currencies there, and the main differences between the paid and the free versions. Mike, maybe you could just give an indication of what the difference is between the paid and the free versions.
Well, just free versions is limited in features. It's just for trial. You can play with this version, you can test different features, but if you want to use it really, you should buy it. But we offer 30 days money back guarantee. So even if you buy it and you don't like it, you can get your money back in 30 days.
Okay, great. And so I'm going to go to the actual website. All right. There are the three basic data services. The basic one essentially supplies the data, but it is only updated once a month. On the first of the month, it updates. So you still have all that data, but it's only updated once a month on the first day of each month.
And from only one broker.
And only from Forex site. Then you have the standard package, which is the one I'm on at the moment. The standard package, which gives you you can see it connects to the data service, and there I am. I'm on the standards, and it gives you the data from these brokers. You can choose which broker you want for each currency, and it updates daily, but not for the day that you're trading. So it'll update for the previous day, and that's good enough for testing purposes. We'll look at that one, and the cost of that is $29 per month. And I don't know if you want to add anything more to the standard package, Mike. And then you have the VIP package, which is $49, and that brings in real tick data, so that's highly accurate, and that's for, I would say, if you're doing EA testing and things like that, you'd want that kind of accuracy.
Yes, or even if you just trade high time frames, it's enough for you.
Yes.
But if you do some scalping strategies, you need a real tick data. It's every price change.
On the website, this is the website. It is Forex Test. It is ForexTester.com is the website, and it has most of the information that you would ever need to sort of about the system on it. The system has been going since 2006. I don't know if you can see down here. It's been going for 2000. So it's a stable, tested, established system. Then it's not a case of, oh, there's a bug here and there's a bug there. I must say, since I've had it, there really hasn't been any little problems. So it is a well-established system. All right, it tells you a little bit about the system there. It compares it with demo trading, and here you can download the free version. You can actually download it straight away, download it and play around with it. The free version is, as I say, you can't save projects, but certainly you can test the system quite nicely using the download version, using one broker's information. If you want to purchase the system, you can use the purchase facilities here, but we've arranged a special price for Expert4x clients, and this price is, it's about, what was it, $30 less than the normal price. So if you had to order through here, you would be paying $199. What we have on our blog called Expert-Forex, we have a discount facility for you. There's the actual tester information on the blog, and here's your special discounted price. Let's just have a look. So if you battled there's the discount price. If you now click on that, you'll be able to buy it for $169. Okay, so through Expert4x, you can buy it for quite a bit cheaper than you would buy directly from the Forex Tester website itself. So please use this facility that we've arranged for you on Expert4x. All you do is, if you can't find the actual, you just type in Forex Tester. It will immediately take you to the special discount article, and you just click on that and click on the link and you'll get your position. I'll also be sending out an email to let you know how you can get the special discount, as well as you'll see it obviously in the recorded version of this webinar. Okay, how long is the license for? I would imagine that's a permanent license to buy the software. It does last for as long as Forex Tester will be supplied in the market.
Yeah. It's for lifelong license.
And what it is, it's a one license per machine. So, and I've had practical experience with that. I've had it on my laptop while I was traveling. I've had to transfer it onto my my server when I got back to the office, and it will not work on two machines. You have to actually use the support facility, which is very good, and they will then send you a new license. They will cancel the other one and send you a new license for your other machine. So it's pretty good from that point of view. They control that pretty well. The support, I must say, is excellent. There is a series of videos that will tell you everything: how to install, how to the different modes, how to use your data, test, placing orders, all that, everything you really need to know is in video form as well as in written form. So the support, let's have a look. You've also got your frequently answers. There's there's a forum, there's a help button, and then lastly you can email. But I very seldom, after working through these areas, I very seldom email. So it's very well supported. Look, the product's been in the market for 6 years. I'm sure, Mike, you've thought of everything that somebody can ask, and you've put it in your either your tutorials or your frequently asked questions.
We have some lessons how to quote your own expert advisors and indicators on our forum.
On the forum.
On the forum.
Yeah.
And if you need some help, we can make it for you for some fee.
All right. Okay, and yeah, there we can see programming, data, indicators. So there's a lot on the forum.
You can see the programming lessons at the bottom.
Yes, yes. There's a good example of, again, the support assistance that you get through the process. And psychological differences, yes, huge psychological difference. The confidence you get from using a testing system where you've tested not only 1 month's worth of data, because a lot of people rush out and they test a particular system while it's trending, while the market's going sideways. Then they go live and the market starts trending, and then they say, oh, but I tested it. Well, with this system, you can test through trending and sideways markets and whatever market conditions you want. You can actually test through those, whereas with demo trading you are very limited to the market conditions that are happening in the time that you're testing. Very, 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 very important point, and that's why a lot of people fail. They actually test in these perfect, and I've done it myself, you test in these perfect sideways conditions, and then the market starts trending and you wonder why your system isn't working. Okay, all right. I think, Mike, I don't know if there's anything you would like to add to what we've gone through. We've done some testing. We've overviewed how it works. We've looked at the website. I don't know if there's anything on the website that you want to draw our attention to. We've mentioned the discounts, and we're at the point of answering questions and answers. And giving the answers. Again, here's the special discount. Go to the blog, type in Forex Tester in the search facility, and you'll reach the blog with the discount details. And there's some nice savings for you to be had.
Well, I have nothing to add. Just if you have some questions, you can ask them.
I think all that's left for me to say is Mike, thank you very much for attending this webinar and assisting with the questions and answers. And it really does help a lot when expert Forex clients can meet with the suppliers of Forex services and ask questions directly from them. So I really appreciate you giving up your time for this webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the good webinar, and thanks everybody who attended it.
So from me, Alex Deploy, thanks again. This webinar is recorded. We will be publishing the recording most probably in the next 2 days. So thanks again, and good trading. Cheerio, bye.
Okay, bye.